Hello and welcome to my third video of the day, which of course I'm not going to be posting at the same time, so you really don't care. Anyway, this is the very first video with the label PSY for psychology, which I'm really excited about because that's really at the center of my channel, somewhat, among other things. Anyway, all the videos so far have been very much around alopecia, and of course this one, there's also going to be some alopecia aspects because that's my prime, well, that's what I know. So I'm going to use it as an example. But really, I hope that this is going to be relevant to anybody who has issues with their self-esteem or their self-image, issues being completely honest and themselves in public around other people. That's what this is going to be about. And alopecia, of course, is a perfect example. Because how many of us, are scared to step out in public, or especially at the time when you first discovered the bald spots. One of the greatest fears is to be found out, for anybody to see what's going on. So, yeah, I'm pretty cool with my alopecia these days. And I want to share how, I want to give you some reasons to be okay with whatever it is. And I'm going to use the alopecia, to illustrate the example. Whatever, I'm sure you know what I mean. All right, so I've actually made a list of 10 things. And number one on my list is inevitability. Using my alopecia as an example, but, see whether you can find something else in your life that affects you if you don't have alopecia. And even if you do, consider whether other aspects fit into this pattern as well. Inevitability. When I first discovered my bald spots, I was all worried about anybody finding out, like most, I think. Many say they immediately went to their family to show, etc. I didn't. I hid it from day one. I mean, the first time around, when the alopecia broke out the first time, it was actually a family member who discovered it, so everybody in my family immediately know, but it went away. And when it came back the second time, I already knew what it was, and I hid it because I felt that as long as the world doesn't know about it, then it's less real. And I even hid it from my partner because I felt that as long as he hasn't seen it or commented on it, well, then chances are the rest of the world hasn't seen it either. That was my excuse anyway. But really, it was all avoidance, I wasn't facing the facts, and the inevitability that I was getting at is that, well, the alopecia wasn't going away. It was staying, and it was spreading, even though super slowly. And really hiding it with hoods even in summer, and as soon as I stepped outside, I would wear a hoodie to make sure that the next gust of wind wouldn't reveal the bald spots, or wearing my hair in a certain way to make sure it wouldn't show. I was really just delaying the inevitable. Eventually I would have to face the facts. And also, I didn't want to hide. Like, how long are you willing to hide? Eventually, you're going to be found out. And it happened. My boyfriend, at some point, my partner, did notice, because this one morning, I didn't hear him come back out of the bathroom, and I was just blow drying my hair, and bam, there it was, the bald spots in the back, for him to see. So that was inevitable. It was gonna happen. And by hiding, I was just delaying that from happening. And I was making myself miserable in the meantime. It doesn't help to, just face the facts. And if you're pretty sure that whatever's going on with you is gonna be found out, is gonna show eventually, you might as well get it over with. Because the fear of being found out is so much worse than the moment when you are found out. Honestly, at least that's what it was for me, and I'm sure And based on many, many, many comments I've read on the Alopecia Areata group on Facebook, at least, most feel the same way. Like everybody who decided to come out or finally shave, they report that they felt much better and was the best thing they did, and it was the same for me. So whatever's going on, if it's gonna show eventually, might as well let it show and take control and let it show now, because then you've got it, get it over with. So that's point number 1, inevitability. All right, point number 2 is resistance is futile. All right, what was I getting at? Well, in terms of alopecia anyway, no, with anything that's going on, resistance never helps. Resistance stops you from moving on. Resistance also stops you from learning. It stops you from getting better. It stops you from becoming a better you. So resistance is not only futile, it's just really counterproductive. So don't resist. Does that? Yes, that fits. I like the analogy of the deep dark forest. If you're scared of the deep dark forest, the fastest way to the other side is through, not around. The going around might feel more comfortable, but you're gonna be way more tired when you get to the other side. And also, you don't know how big it is. I mean, okay, the analogy is not perfect, but what I'm getting at is if you go through whatever's going on with you, face the problem head on, you're gonna be done with it. Follows the same lines as the inevitability. You're going to be done with it much sooner if you face it head on, rather than trying to skirt around it, because that's just going to prolong your misery. All right, so resistance is futile, number 2. Number 3 is pros and cons. All right, so that's less a reason and more a method of figuring what the right thing is for you. So write a list of all the pros and the cons, not just physical, like I'm going to feel, well, that's not physical, but I feel prettier when, again, using the alopecia as an example, I feel prettier when I still have my own hair, and I use it to cover my bald spots. Well, yeah, but also remember to write down all the cons. Scared of the wind, scared to be found out, scared of going bald one day, scared of getting more bald spots, feeling powerless and defeated by your own body. Write all of those things down, or whatever it is that's going on with you. I'm not going to keep saying that. Also write down the pros of both actions, admitting and letting it show, or keeping it a secret. Secrets are always really hard work and cost lots of energy to maintain. So you're going to be freeing up a lot of energy when you just are who you are, and allow yourself to be that. And yeah, pros and cons, write a list and really get down to business and get into the details. Psychological, physical, consider people around you, consider how you're going to feel, consider how the reactions are going to make you feel. Consider the timeline, like how long is your misery? When you let it show, you may well be scared of that moment, of those looks or the reactions, but they're going to be short term. Eventually, it's going to be old news. Like for me, when I started going into work with a beanie on, and initially I stuffed my hair, my existing hair, which was a lot, I stuffed it under the beanie, more and more of it as the week progressed, because my transition, I took a week transition. So on the Tuesday, it was I wore a beanie first, but there was still quite a lot of strands coming out. And then as I progressed, and by Friday, I was stuffing all of my hair under the beanie, making it look like I was already bald. But I wasn't, of course. There was still a lot of volume under the beanie. But on Sunday, I shaved, and on Monday, I walked in with the same beanie, and nobody said a thing. It was just old news. So that's how fast the transition was. The reactions were done much faster than the misery of 1.5 years with the fear of being found out. So yeah, write a list, pros and cons. Point number 3. Point number 4 is fear. Well, okay, I feel like I already covered that, but because it's so important, the fear of being found out is much worse than being found out. The fear of losing more of your hair is much worse than taking it off yourself. What else? I think this is pretty obvious, so fear. Consider that. How is your fear gonna be worse? If you keep hiding, or if you're gonna let yourself be seen and get that over with. All right, point number 5. Inner circle test. I love this one. Obviously, it's easy to be scared of the reactions, but really your true inner circle, your true friends and family and all the people that belong in your inner circle, they're going to be fine. They're going to support you. They're going to actually appreciate you being vulnerable with them. So it's a true inner circle test, because if people get weird or can't handle you, the real you, then they don't belong in your inner circle. So yeah, it's gonna hurt to lose some people, if that is actually gonna happen, which I hope it won't, but it might. But then it's good that you're getting rid of these false friends, even if they're family. You can't expect to always be friends with all of your family either. So there may be people in your family that are not good for you. There's no need to break ties or anything like that. Nothing that extreme. But be aware that you don't have to be friends with everybody. You don't have to let everybody in your inner circle. You can be loyal without letting someone in your inner circle. Like, I'm thinking of family members who I don't care to talk to on a daily basis, or even on an annual basis, to be honest. I don't mind being out of touch. However, if they ever knocked on my door needing my help, we're family. I'm gonna help. So you can still be family, but not be friends. Yeah, okay, that was a little tangent there. But anyway, inner circle test. Don't think it's a bad thing. It's going to be scary because it's unpredictable. You don't know what the reactions are going to be, but no matter what happens, it is going to be good for you in the long run. So just have faith in that. All right, number 6, control the reactions. You control them. Okay, using alopecia, I said I wasn't going to say that anymore, but you control the reactions in your area. So in your surroundings, whatever, the people in your life. If you go around saying, all shy and insecure and broken, I have alopecia, yeah, I'm really awkward, nobody likes that. The reactions are going to match your energy controls the reaction. So if you're going to be all, this is me and I'm not ashamed of it, I'm proud of who I am, I love myself the way I am, and this is just the normal me. It may be different from the normal you, but hey, we're all different, right? So nothing wrong with that per se. Nothing wrong with anything really that's just physical stuff, or yeah, this is vague. Okay, let's skip that. But control the reactions. Yeah, just be proud of who you are and your journey, and whatever is going on with you, it takes courage and strength to get over that and get past that and own it. So when you do, it really is a self-fulfilling prophecy. Know that you're strong, and you will be. Know that you're fine, and you will be. Know that you're scared, and you will be. Know that the reactions are going to be all awkward and weird, and, well, they will be. So, self-fulfilling prophecy. Think of that. Think of what reactions you want. Think about how you want to carry yourself. Practice if necessary. But just have faith, again, in yourself. Be proud, because you're awesome either way, no matter what's going on. You are awesome and you're doing your best, and that's That's all that anybody can ask for. Screen is going off. Getting my screen back. All right, okay. So yeah, that was point number 6. You control the reactions. Don't be scared, just be proud. Carry yourself like nothing's wrong, and people will pick up on that energy and not think that anything's wrong. I mean, they may stare, they may look like, whoa, what's going on there? But then they'll sense that you're carrying yourself like nothing's wrong, and then they'll realize, okay, well, it's weird, but nothing's going on. It's not, so fine, whatever, they're going to forget about it. If you don't act like it's anything special, then they're going to pick up on that. Anyway, okay, so that was point number 6. Control the reactions. Control yourself, thereby control the reactions. Yeah, that takes me to the next point. Let them stare. When you meet people, like, okay, this is again visual stuff specific, I suppose, but if you look weird in some way, unusual, and you sense people staring, don't be mad at them and don't take it personally. It is such a big part of our survival instincts that when we see something that we don't understand, we got to check it out. Make sure it's nothing dangerous. Make sure it doesn't threaten us or ours. So it's perfectly normal to take a second look or even to stare. People are not going to necessarily realize that they're staring. So don't be mad at them for it. Just remind yourself when you notice someone staring, well, it's normal for them to stare. They have to check it out. They're confused. What's going on? What is there? Why does she have these weird bald spots? So they'll get over it. Once they've analyzed the situation and realized it's nothing dangerous, instinctively speaking, it's most likely going to be it is going to be on a subconscious level. So it's not their fault that they're staring. Let them stare. Don't take it personally. And even if they get weird, know that this has nothing to do with you, and you don't need to feel offended when alopecians, is that a wig? Of course, that's super rude. Somebody was posting this story about this rude woman walking up to them and like, are you wearing a wig? Like, yeah, that's super rude, but clearly something is going on with her. Some kind of need in her is going unfulfilled. Maybe she's doing this because she needs to feel all-knowing and in control and good. She has a deficiency there. So don't take it personally. Don't think she's being rude to me. No. Just remember, everybody is fighting their own battle. So be sympathetic. And you'll get over it much quicker. So yeah, let them stare. It's perfectly normal. It's nothing weird. It's part of our survival instinct. We are programmed that way. So yeah, be kind. Point number 8, represent. Yes, I love this one. I mean, okay, I'm an alopecian. I represent my fellow alopecians when I walk around carrying presenting my bald spots proudly. I feel I'm raising awareness. I'm raising awareness when I'm walking around topless, and it makes me feel really good. And I mentioned this story, meeting this bald guy. Did I mention it? This was a different video. Okay, so a couple of days ago, I was at the train station, and this bald guy, like alopecia totalis kind of bald guy, like shiny head, but he still had his brows clearly. He was walking up to me, and he saw me first before I saw him. By the time I was looking at him, he was already smiling at me. And that was really awesome. Like, I was so happy. He walked past really quickly. The platform was very crowded, and train was coming up, so there was no time to chat or anything. I also had my headphones in. But yeah, it was just an awesome experience. That would never have happened if I was still covering up. So represent. It's really cool. And even if you if you don't have alopecia, something else, you feel you look weird, or like the other day I came across on YouTube a video about the Waardenburg syndrome. little shout out. Holy cow! Like, yeah, those faces look weird, you know, being all rude now, look weird, but actually there's something super beautiful about those faces. So they're special, they're weird, and they're like, they make you want to look twice, again, like same with the alopecia. But be proud of your special characteristics. Be proud of whatever makes you unique. Whether you're representing alopecians or just representing freaks altogether, or anything that makes you unique and different from everybody else, rock it and represent everybody who is in some way different from everybody else, which really is everybody, right? I mean, well, okay, no, I suppose there are many people with really boring faces and who don't look in any way different than anybody else. Whatever, I'm rambling now. I don't know where I was going with this, but yeah, just be proud of your oddities. Being weird, looking weird is totally hip. I mean, just look at these new generation top models. You have these fully tattooed guys. You have really old, beautifully old models. You have amputees. You have, what's the model with vitiligo? Is it? You know, the white areas on your, like, areas without pigmentation. Weird is in. So rock it. And if you feel weird, if you feel that there is something about you that you're ashamed of, one way of rocking it, I suppose, I would think, is to take that feature that you feel so helpless to do anything about, make that the focal point, make that do work with everything else to make sure that, you know, to, what's the word I'm looking for? To complement that special feature. Yeah. So I'm rocking the buzz cut now, and I love my bald spots because I feel like they feel like I carry them like tattoos or like battle scars or something. Turn it into a positive and represent all us weirdos out there. It's gonna make you feel stronger, and it's gonna make you feel like you belong to a group of people, a community. I love the alopecia community on Facebook. Thank you guys so much. I've already posted a couple of thank yous, but I can't say it enough. Find yourself a group like that, and you'll feel so much better, I'm sure, because you'll realize that there's a lot of good about being different. Right, so that was point number 8, represent. Oh, I already said that one. So number 9 is oddities are hip. So yeah, I already went into that one. Be proud of your oddities. Full stop. And honor yourself. That's my last one. If you cover up, if you hide, if you try to make yourself look more like everybody else, or behave more like everybody else, be normal, that I hate it when people strive to be normal, to fly under the radar, to fit in, to blend in. That was me until very recently. And actually, that's why I call my alopecia a blessing now, because it forces me to be me. And, well, no, I could have kept hiding, but that was just not bearable anymore. So, yeah, honor yourself and be who you are and be proud of who you are. And that's the only really way of honoring yourself, because if you're hiding, if you're, you know, trying to blend in, you're not doing that. You can't be like everybody else. Nobody is like everybody else. So really, when you're trying to be like everybody else or blend in, then you're betraying the things that make you you. So, yeah, be you. Honor yourself. Right, I think those were my 10 points. If you want me to get into more detail about any of them or anything else, if you have questions, ideas, anything you want me to talk about in my next video, please let me know in the comments below. I'm going to respond to absolutely every comment, because at this time there's not that many of them. So like this video if you liked it, and subscribe if you want to see more, and I'd be super grateful. Yeah, that's it, I think. Hope you liked my little top 10. Bye-bye.